If you guys are anything like me, you were not born the popular, successful jock in high school. You were not the starting point guard of the basketball team, the star quarterback of the football team. You didn't have girls chasing you, all right? Maybe you weren't so confident. People didn't really know your name. If you went to a big high school, shy, kind of insecure, clueless with women, friend zoned by your crush, etc. You guys are like me, you can relate to that. And if you are like me, in order to become successful in these things, you had to go through a self-improvement journey in which you completely transform from where you were before to a better version of yourself. The topic of today's video is going to be why you should never, ever tell a girl that you are initially dating and trying to build attraction from about your self-improvement journey. Telling a woman about your self-improvement journey and your crazy transformation will not increase her attraction. If anything, it will actually lower it. First thing we have to get out of the way is that women are not like men. So we think like men, and as men, we respect transformations. All right, when you see a guy who's a skinny dweeb and he was before and after, TikTok reel transition with some music, and then boom, next thing you know, he's jacked. That's crazy. We respect him. We view him as a more higher value guy, more successful, confident, etc. And so what we do is we prescribe this to women. Maybe you're dating a girl and you are proud of your transformation and your self-improvement journey, and you want to show her, your before pics when you were not confident, maybe even a loser compared to where you are now, thinking that this will make her respect your journey. Now, this may cause her to respect it because your transformation is impressive. However, here's the key point here. Respect from women does not automatically create sexual attraction and desire. Okay? You guys are going to take that to heart. Respect from women towards you as a man does not automatically mean she will have sexual attraction and desire. Okay? I bet a lot of women respect Albert Einstein. All right, growing up hearing about Albert Einstein, he's this genius guy that is, so smart, and all these awesome inventions, and women probably hearing about that in school were like, wow, I respect that guy. You think that they want to sleep with him? Probably not. So you need to separate these two things, okay? For men, we view respect as the ultimate feeling and admiration we can give someone. All right, when you have the utmost respect for a man, that is the highest social award you could give him from yourself. It's your ultimate respect. And so what we falsely think is that a girl we're dating will respect our self-improvement transformation, and she will be so impressed by us that she will have sexual attraction and desire for us and want to date and sleep with us. This is not the case. What you need to understand is that women have a completely different view and experience on which they go about the world than we do. So the biggest problem a lot of guys make is that we think that, okay, well, I view things like this, and she also must view things like this, because how could she not? It just makes logical and rational sense to me. If you believe this, you do not understand women. What a self-improvement transformation tells her is that you are not naturally him. You had to go through all this work, all this research, countless hours of YouTube videos trying to figure out how to talk to women, countless hours in the gym, transforming every aspect of yourself just so you could finally have the confidence to go out into the world and talk to girls without shaking and getting flustered and flushed. That is not attractive to her. She wants you to be him simply because of your DNA, simply because that's who you are. You were born this way. Why is this the case? What is dating? What dating is at its root is leading to sex. It's leading to reproduction. And for women, how they go about dating is who is going to be the best reproductive success that I can have for myself, who will pass on his DNA to my offspring so they also can be reproductive successes. If you naturally, just out of the womb, high school and college, were a loser and a bum and you didn't have any girls interested in you at all, you were not naturally reproductive success. You had to put in countless hours of work to get to the point where you started to become attractive and have the confidence to actually go out and start becoming successful. That is not as attractive as a guy who just rolled out of the womb and rolled into high school and was just had girls coming after him, was super confident, athletic, nonchalant, effortless. He was effortlessly successful with girls, whereas you had to put in years and years of grinding to get to that point. That is not attractive because your years and years of grinding is not going to pass on directly to her offspring no matter what. However, the guy who was naturally him is going to pass on no matter what. The fact that naturally I was shy, insecure, couldn't talk to girls, rejected when I asked girls on dates, friend zoned, just overall kind of depressed, not really respected by men that much. And I had to put in thousands and thousands of hours of research into discovering the perfect system of self-improvement, which is the evolved method, in order to finally have a sliver of confidence to go out and be successful. Is not attractive. It's cringy to women. The reason it's not attractive is because what women want is for you to be an effortlessly successful man. That's the main takeaway I want you guys to take from this video, is that women are attracted to effortlessly successful men, not men who had to go through years and years of turmoil and hard work in order to become the same thing. If you have two guys who are both equally attractive on the front, women are going to take the guy who got there just because he was born that way over the guy who had to grind years and years and years. That doesn't make sense to us men because we respect that grind. We respect that transformation. The other guy, we feel like, oh, he didn't even earn his success. Women do not view it the same way. You just got to get that through your heads. They're different. They want the effortless success. They want it to just be a part of your blood, your DNA. They don't want it to be because of years and years of grinding. So, practical applications you guys can take from this lesson into your own life. Number one, do not discuss your self-improvement journey and transformation with women in the initial stages of dating before an attachment from her has been built. This is because it will do nothing but decrease her arousal and attraction for you if she's on a date with you and she's like, dang, this guy is so awesome. He looks so good. He's so confident. And then you show her a picture of you from a few years ago where you looked awful. It's not going to be, oh my gosh, wow, so much hard work. It's going to be, oh, dang, that was you? I was hoping you were just always like this. I was hoping girls always liked you. Because I want my son to be like that. I want my son to come out the womb and the girls like him. I don't want him to have to go through years and years of turmoil and hard work and to get to that point. So what you need to do is logically communicate in ways that show that you are effortlessly successful. So, say you're on a date with a girl, you meet her at the bar, and she says, how are you so confident? Where do you get your confidence from? What I'm not going to do is pull out my phone and say, well, let me give you a presentation on the 4 pillars of the evolved method. I'm not going to do that. It's absolutely cringe. What I'm going to say is, I don't know, this is just the way I am, baby. I want to display that this is not hard for me. Being this confident, all right, looking this good, being this attractive is easy for me. It's easy. Didn't take me hard work. If it took me hard work, it's not natural. It's like a girl, say you think a girl's hot, but then you learn she had surgery, BBL, like a boob job. Maybe she got jaw surgery or something like that to make her face look better. Even though she looks the exact same now, it's kind of like, I'm a little bit less into her. Actually, I'm a lot of bit less into her. I'm very much less into her at that point because I know it's not natural. I know that's not actually what's going to get passed down to my children, and that it's just kind of fake. Now, that's a little bit different than where you are now because after your self-improvement journey, you are not a fake, confident, attractive, successful guy, but you were not naturally that guy. All right, you had to do things in order to become him, which is going to be less arousing for women. In terms of social media, this is a big mistake a lot of guys make. You constantly posting your grind and how hard you're working out in the gym and all these supplements and mindset things you're telling yourself and self-improvement books you're reading. The girls who are seeing that, when you post that, it's not attractive. It's not attractive that you're obsessed with self-improvement. You shouldn't be obsessed. You should just be him. This is what you guys need to understand. A good example of this is go to my brother's Instagram. Because I don't have mine right now. Go to his Instagram. You see how it's tons and tons of videos of him posting about his self-improvement, his plans, his mindset, advice. He's obsessed with self-improvement. This is not an optimal social media for someone who is trying to maximize their results in dating and use social media as a valuable asset to increase the attraction of the girls that are into him and following him. Now, Joey is not using social media for that purpose. He's here to help you guys level up and become the best version of yourselves. So he's making that sacrifice for you guys. All right, he's not doing social media to attract and increase arousal and desire in women who are interested in dating him. So instead, post the effortless end product. Post a picture of your physique at the beach, at a pool that someone else took. Not years and years and years and years of the gym that took you to get there. All right, women want a guy who just got jacked because he was just working. Oh yeah, I worked a physical job in high school and college where I was lifting stuff, and now I'm just jacked. I didn't, track my calories for 3 years straight and hit the gym 6 times a week and get optimum sleep and take creatine and pre-workout and essential amino acids and whatever you guys take. I didn't do that. I just lifted boxes up and down, when I worked as a mover for a couple years, and this is how I got jacked, just because it's the way I am. I didn't really put any effort into it. That's what she wants to believe. So don't show her the grind. Let her believe this fantasy about you. Let her paint the picture in her head about how you became such the badass that you are. Don't tell her that it was through constant effort and grinding and scraping by day to get these results. That's not what her fantasy wants to believe. So on your social media, you post the end results. Post your end physique. Post yourself out being social. The end result of you gaining social confidence in yourself. Being around other women that are attracted to you. Don't post how you got there if you want to increase arousal in women. In the initial stages, just pretend like you've always been the guy that you are. Okay? To literally tell yourself that, so that when she's asking you questions, getting to know you in the very beginning, you communicate in ways that show that effortless success and thus increase her attraction. Now, if this is a girl that eventually you realize you want to have a long-term relationship with, and be a provider for eventually, then of course you can obviously explain to her your life story. It's going to go a lot deeper than just surface level sexual arousal and casual relationship. Obviously then, guys, you can go deeper into your story. My girl knows my full entire story, everything that I do. Now, when I show her pics of me being a dweeb back in the day in high school and totally unattractive and unconfident in college, that doesn't increase her attraction for me whatsoever, even in the slightest. In fact, it lowers it compared to if I showed her pictures from back then and I looked like, a stud starting quarterback for the high school varsity team. That would be more arousing to her than me being what I was. However, it's okay. Obviously in a long-term relationship, you guys are going to get to know each other on a deeper level. Just understand that even getting into a long-term relationship, you're not doing that for sustained arousal in women. You're going to have women be much more aroused to you if they don't really know the full you, if there's some mystery, the fantasy they can build up in their head, if you're not monogamously committed to them, if they know that they're competing with other women for your time, attention, and commitment. They're going to be more aroused. However, if you do find a girl who you want to be in a long-term relationship with, your story from rags to riches and self-improvement transformation will be more appreciated by her, because what hard work and dedication over that long of a period that it takes to actually transform yourself from the man you were into the man you are today shows traits that would be good of a man who would be a good leader and provider of a family, etc. However, providing and leading a family does not lead to sexual arousal. These are two different things, but it does satisfy that woman's need for knowing that you will ensure future security and safety. So keep that in mind, guys. Main takeaway here: you want to present effortless success. You don't want to present your self-improvement journey as success. Take this out of your head. A lot of times you guys post this stuff or talk about this stuff in order to increase the respect you get from other men for your hard work and your transformation, which you will get. Men respect the transformation more than effortless success. Women are the opposite. They are aroused by effortless success and less so. In fact, sometimes they're turned off by the hard work that it took to get there. Oftentimes they're going to be waiting at the finish line for you, and they want to imagine that you have always been that finished product who now is fallen into their life. So take these practical lessons into your life, guys, so you can build more actual true desire from the girls you're dating, and not turn them off by being too upfront with your self-improvement journey. Hope you guys got something from this video. As always, subscribe for truth. Peace.